Hello everybody, I am Tom and you are watching me play Warframe. This is the second part of a two-part kind of video thing that I've put up today. The first part was showing you how to farm Wisp, the new Warframe, and this second part is going to show you how to farm Hexenon, which is essentially the new material that you need to build pretty much only Wisp. It's using a couple of guns I think as well, but essentially Wisp is what you're going to be using the bulk of your Hexenon for. To first farm this, the easiest place to do this is on Gamade in the new game mode, Disruption. You can also get it from a few other things, like just enemies around, like amalgams around Jupiter, you'll get them, so if you'll get some from the Ropopolis fight. But Gamade is by far the easiest to get it, by doing this Disruption game mode. Now, you can just play Disruption, and you will get a bunch of Hexenon. However, there is a slightly more efficient way to get Hexenon. Only slightly. Also, it's worth noting that I'm doing this solo. If you want to get the best possible yield out of it, you would go with a group with like Necros, or Hydroid, or something that could help you farm, essentially. But as it stands, I'm just going to solo it for the purposes of filming a video. But the way that Disruption works... I'll wait for Alad to stop yakking on. Sure thing, Alad. So, the way that this game mode works is you can see this little triangle on our map, for starters. I should hit 3 so I don't die. There we go. Ah, here we go. Worked out well. You see this little triangle key? We can pick that up. And now that we have the triangle key, we can put it into the triangle receptacle, which is over here. Enemy speed boost. Alright then. That should actually speed up the process slightly. But the way this works is that we put this in, and then an enemy will come and try and attack it. A very specific... All the enemies will come and try and attack it, but there's a specific one that will come and run up to it and blow up. You'll be able to hear it coming, because it's got... Oh, shit. I got it. I was about to say you're going to hear it coming. I can't, because I have my sound very low. But they have a sound cue, but that thing that was glowing red, they run in and they try and blow themselves up. And if they blow themselves up, they destroy the thing. Now, if it's a positive effect for you, and they destroy it, nothing happens. If it's a negative effect for you, and they destroy it, they will keep the negative effect for the rest of the round. You can see that there's 4 different things I need to do. This is the next one. Energy drain, probably the worst one that could possibly get, really. For Mesa specifically. I'm paying attention because I want to see if I can hear the sound cue. Ah, there it is, you can hear it. It's coming from this direction. There he is there. Defense complete. Okay. Energy drain is gone. I'm happy now. Now, we've done 2 of these keys. After we do 1 more of these keys... after we finish both of these keys that we've got left... There we go. Here's the round key, or the red key, I should say. Which is this way. They usually come in, like, there'll be 2 keys in, well, 2 receptacles in one room is usually how they will spawn. See, there's one there, which is the square one, and then we've got the one over here, which is the red one. Here we go, affinity boost. That's a positive for us. So if we complete this one, we'll keep affinity boost for the rest of the round. Yep. You have weird masochistic robots that want to blow themselves up. I get it, Alad. Alright. That's that defense down, so we've got 1 more to do. And then this round will be over. Unfortunately, I didn't immediately get to show off what I want to show off, but essentially, one of the buffs that you can get... You notice every time I do one of these, I'm getting either a buff or a debuff. If you win a buff, you keep it. If you lose a debuff, you keep it. for the rest of the 4 keys you do. So you see that 50% affinity booster that we had last time from the last key, you see in the top left that is still active because we completed the receptacle. So that's going to stay on until we finish this round of 4. So if I put this key in and finish, that 50% affinity will disappear. What you're looking for is to get the 50% resource booster, which is one of the things you can get. And if you get the 50% resource booster, you then just don't finish any more keys, or you finish all bar 1 key. And then, for a fairly long time, sooner or later it will start a timer, and it will start a timer, and after it starts the timer, you'll have to actually finish the round. But, until it starts that timer... system overload, huh? Until it starts the timer, you're free to actually just keep killing things, so you have... Oh, there he is. Done. So, that's 1 round right there, done. You can now leave, although if you're farming Hexenon, I suggest you don't. Go for as long as you can. You may as well. There we go. So you wait a bit, and then new receptacles will spawn. And now you can just redo it. And my suggestion is, I'm not going to bother showing you any further, but my suggestion is you just keep going until you get the 50% resource booster. Because with that, you're going to get more Hexenon drops, just because you're going to get more drops in general. And then just keep the 50% booster and stay on the 50% booster until... essentially until the game stops you. It will start like a 2-minute timer if you stay too long without completing all the keys. At that point you can just complete the last key and you're fine. But that's pretty much it. And this is, the new game mode. I guess there's a tutorial for the new game mode, but it's also a tutorial for how to get vast amount of Hexenon, which you will need vast amounts. I said in the last video how many you needed. It's around 1500. Once again, I'm filming this directly after the first one, so I haven't looked it up yet. Again, there'll be a thing on the screen telling you how many there are specifically that you need. But it's a fair amount of Hexenon. But... wait, where am I? Going the wrong direction, that's what I'm doing. But the basic gameplay loop of this is... I mean, if you want, you can just keep playing this for the new rewards as well. There's some new mods and stuff you can get in here. Thank you, Olive. Most of them to do with aim gliding. You got Modus Impact, Aerial Periphery, Proton Pulse, Modus Signal. So there is a bunch of new mods here as well, so you can just keep playing Disruption if you want, because that's a fairly good way of getting it. But we'll look at how many I got just by doing that very quick and not particularly well-farmed run. No Necros or anything. I got 16, so nothing. But with the Necros and like a good party doing it, and again, waiting for that 50% resource booster, and just keeping that as long as you possibly can, we were getting like... probably about 100 a run. Well, between 100 and 300. Sometimes we get lucky and go up to like 300 or 400. Most of the time, I think on average, it'd probably be about 200 Hexenon per run. Crappy one was like 100. Also, those runs, time-wise, probably 15 minutes a run, I would say. When I was doing it in my group for farming up my Hexenon to get Wisp. But that, I find, is the best way of doing it. You do the keys until you get 50% resource booster key, and then from that point you don't finish any more keys, you just kill a bunch of things to get the additional resources, and hopefully additional Hexenon. It's worth noting that bundles of Hexenon, I think they come in bundles of 8, are actually on the reward tier for completing a set of 4 keys. So if you just keep playing Disruption normally, it's an easier way of doing it, you don't have to think about it as much. And you don't need like a dedicated group if you just want to go into... Oh my god, my poor dog. How do I free him? Dog? There, I think I freed him. That was weird. I've never seen that happen before. My puppy got stuck underneath. Oh no, he's still stuck. Oh well. I'm sure he'll be fine. What if I do this? There we go, I fixed him. Alright. But the easier way is, if you don't have like a group to go with, the easier way to do Disruption is to just go on public and just play Disruption, honestly. It's probably going to be the quickest way to actually farm up the Hexenon you need. As I said, it's a fair amount of Hexenon that you need. But anyway, that's going to be it. So thanks for watching. I shall see you next time. And if you haven't watched my first video, which is the Ropopolis fight, which is how you actually farm the parts for Wisp, that will be linked in a card, in the description, and in a pinned comment as well. So thanks for watching. I shall see you next time. Like if you liked, subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, see you next time. Bye.